Alright, welcome to the new tarot channel. This is the tarot table here. And these are your three piles. And we're just gonna go ahead and take some crystals. Take this one here, here, and here. And the theme for today is how can you level up in life? So what you do is you pick one of the three piles, and whichever one you choose, you just go to the description, and in the description you will find the timestamps for the different piles. Pile number 1 here, Peter's site. Pile number 2 here, I think that's carnelian and broken. And pile number 3 is like a colored quartz crystal. And then whichever one you feel the most drawn to, that is your pile. And when you get to your pile, we're gonna draw your cards, and I'm just gonna channel your message for you. Pile number 1, 2, 3. Alright, for those of you who have started pile number 1, I already picked some of the other cards here from the other decks. And we're gonna look at how you can level up in life. These. Alright. Let's see, that's the Ace of Swords, Temperance, the Ace of Swords, right? The Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Ace of Wands here on top. I think, this has to do with magic or power, expressing power in a daring way, putting your chest forward, standing out, just expressing power, right? But this beneath here speaks of people, right? You have to be kind of a leader, an alpha male who expresses power on the outside, but then at the same time you have to be a strong caretaker for your squad or your inner circle, right? With the Seven of Cups here, that speaks of wealth as well. And so for you to level up in life, you ought to keep some savings to take care of your squad or gang or whatever, your people, your girl, your mates. Maybe you're even a gangster, right? And you're in a gang and you want to be the leader, right? You need to keep your savings to take care of these people. And then on the outside of this circle, you need to express power. I am the leader. I'm protecting this squad here. And I'd see you kind of pushing your chest forward, standing high up on a cliff. And that's what you need to do. But we also have some more cards here. And these here are sensual tarot cards, pretty new. This is the moon here. And the Four of Chalice. King of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. And the stars. And this it really has to do with the it's a focus here. It sounds like a focus, right? From the top looking down. No offense to any equality activists watching. But for you, pile number one, the focus here is from the man, right? The strong man looking down on the feminine. And within this feminine, you know, the whole perspective is quite different, although when you look down, they might kind of responsibly look up. And so in order to level up, you need to understand how you are. If you're a man, how you are the strong, logical, knowing, responsible character, while the woman is the fun, playful, laughing. And if you are a woman, the other way around, right? You have to, in order to level up, look into how your perception of the world is connected to your sex. And that for the man, things are much more strict in terms of responsibility and strength. Yeah. So let's get some universe cosmic clearance cards here. Mercury retrograde, Guardian, Pets, Love spell. You've been bewitched. Mercury retrograde, electronic issues, communications issues, review everything. Guardian, a lost loved one watches over you, and pets. Getting a new pet, giving a current pet more love. So all of this is very, a love spell is someone, you have to believe in that first, right, in order to cast it. It says you've been bewitched, someone has bewitched you, or you have bewitched someone. Mercury retrograde is something in spiritual belief in astrology, where you have like the Mercury, the planet, it's coming into the Earth, like a certain position compared to the Earth, and all the electronic devices, they don't stop working, but they go slow, and traffic goes slow, and everything kind of goes wrong because computers fuck up, and the traffic lights are broken, and that kind of stuff, So people are always very stressed around the Mercury retrograde because nothing kind of works the way it should, So everything is broken in a sense. And you have Guardian, a lost loved one watches over you, and pets. So in order to level up in life, maybe you could understand these kind of circumstances, right? How it maybe isn't your fault if everyone is stressed for a period of time, or nobody else's fault. Maybe it's the planets, right? The universe is very huge, and you don't have control of things. So start by kind of understanding how things outside of you have an effect, which also goes with the love spell. If someone bewitches you, you have no control over that. And if the spell is successful, you will fall in love, but it's not your fault. And it might also not be the caster's fault, although it's the caster's intention. Guardian means, you are protected through this. I think the spirit realm is guiding you through this shift in focus from blaming yourself and others to realizing the world is much bigger than that. You don't have control. And pets, find someone to pet or something to pet. Buy a cat, a dog, a living creature to take care of that is loyal to you. And we also have the millennial deck here, some cards, and that's work-life balance, insta-famous, eco-friendly, new career, who this, and burned out. So in order to level up in life, you need to work hard. That's what this one indicates, burned out. You gotta work hard, but you also gotta find a work-life balance. There's no time for rest, right? Of course, you need to sleep at night, preferably, but there's no time to rest. You don't have time to be lazy, chill out, right? You gotta work hard, find a balance between on time and off time. On time is what you get paid for. Off time is what you do on your own. But with burnout, don't chill, don't lay down and rest. Do other stuff in your life that is meaningful. And that can be building these relationships here or getting the strength you need to be the leader. The Sun, insta-famous, eco-friendly new career. This, I think you want to use social media to promote some sort of, it can be healthy food or nature, eco-friendly, climate change, that kind of stuff. Use the internet, use your social media accounts to promote that kind of stuff. Show people what you eat. Tell people about eating healthy. You get it? Alright, that's it for pile number 1. Thank you. Okay, pile number 2. As you can see, I draw some cards for you already. And we're gonna get some from this deck as well. How can you level up in life? The Hanged Man, the 5 of Pentacles, the 8 of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Sun, the 10 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, the Knight of Cups. How can you level up in life? Part number 2. First and foremost, with the cups, I think you need to learn to handle alcoholic beverages, right? Strong beverages in a very classy way, right? You need to find the point in where you can drink strong alcohol visibly without faking, but you drink not too slow, but you drink the amount where you are buzzed, but you don't lose focus. You need to find that balance. And that also has to do with a very feminine figure here that is kind of seductive. She is not necessarily what she seems, and very clever. Very clever. And if you tip over, you can be easily fooled. So you need to keep focus, but you also need that buzz. And you need to find a balance there. The Hanged Man, the 5 of Pentacles. you gotta be cheap, I think. Be cheap. We already discussed strong alcohol, which is expensive, but you can buy cheap versions, knockoff versions. You have to be cheap, and spend coins. Not, I guess you gotta use your card anyway, but metaphorically, spend coins and not the $100 bill. The hanged man. Spend time alone, meditate, and observe, especially those around you. Observe them. What do they do? That can be here, like when you drink, right? When you keep that buzz but don't tip over. Use the buzz to be open-minded about what you see and look at those around you. What are they doing? Do you see anything that is kind of deceptive with this feminine energy here, which can be embodied in anyone, right? Let's pull these two here, because they're all about that kind of stuff. The Hierophant and the Wheel. And you see there's one man here and two women, and here there are three women playing. And so, leveling up in life for you, you gotta master these women and these feminine energies around you. Maybe they're confusing you, right? Maybe you feel like you're being like a siren called in with song. Maybe fooled around, maybe even pulled down to the feminine realm. But what you need to do is you need to master these energies. And the way to do that is to keep this focus, right? If you're going to a party or a club, and the girls get very drunk, you need to keep your focus, but at the same time the buzz, to learn to master these very excited female energies around you. That is all about play and fun and joy. You need to stay focused to master these energies, and then you'll level up. And we have some cosmic cards here to open your heart. It will help you attract more love, cycles, fate, karma, something ending, something beginning, and water sign. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It means, if you're going through some stuff with these energies around you, they're confusing you. Maybe you don't understand quite what's going on. You need to observe, right? Don't be afraid to be talking about it, telling your friends that, oh, I'm just kind of looking, or I'm curious about something, or I'm so confused about how these girls are treating me, for example, right? As this cycle is ending and another one begins, don't be afraid to speak about what you are perceiving and experiencing. And the water sign, maybe this female or feminine character here is a water sign. And she is very deceptive, clever, can trick you, fool you around if you're not careful and focused. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We got ally here. Van life and couples costume. It means, find friends, find those who comfort you and support you. And maybe you have a lot of friends and some are mean. Maybe some you like to be around because they're mean or because they're rough around the edges, or maybe you want the same things. You need to find the ally, right? Knight of Fields. You need to find those friends who support you. In warmth, van life, those who would go on a camping trip with you, just to have fun with your mates, with no drama. You have couples costume here, which is a very cleverly designed card. I really like it. But it's not necessarily a good card to get, but it goes in line with the Queen of Cups here. Deception. Someone isn't who they're telling you they are. They're deceiving you. This can be quite literally, maybe they have a fake name, fake personality, maybe they lie to you about which school they go to, what kind of qualifications they have, what they do for a living, how old they are. Can be all that kind of stuff, which is, identity theft, strictly illegal. But people still do and get away with it. And so you need to be wary about the people around you. Observe, because someone isn't who they're telling you they are. Alright, that's how you can level up. Pile number 2. Thank you. Okay, pile number 3. This beautiful crystal here I bought on the market 3 or 4 years ago. It's kind of lost its color. We're gonna look at how you can level up in life, right? The Empress, the Moon, Strength, the Hierophant, the King of Wands, 4 of Cups, Death, and the 10 of Wands. Interesting. Royalty. And these energies here are burning like red passion. Incredible passion. And you have the moon here with these two, the blue and the red. Maybe you're the red and the other one the blue. This passion here is incredibly strong. It's very strong. And red, if that indicates anything for you. We have Death, 4 of Cups, 10 of Wands, Hierophant, Strength. I think for you, pile number 3, to level up, you have this passion. And this passion is going to change you. Maybe it's for a person. It might also be a newfound passion for the stars, for example, right? And this passion is very strong and it's intense. And therefore it's going to change you, which is death. So you need to keep strong. Maybe you already have physical strength, but tighten those muscles then, right? And if you don't have physical strength already, no worries. This is about inner strength, because you're going to change because of this passion. That is going to change who you are. And that can be, if it's your first time going through personal change, it can be scary. But you need to keep strong through it, If you get knocked down metaphysically, it could also be physically, but for most of you, like metaphysically, if you get knocked down, get up again. And don't stop until the kind of storm is over, right? If there's a tornado, you run, you get out, and when it's done, you rebuild. But that's also when you breathe out, right? it's over, right? So don't give up and keep strong through this personal change of yours due to this incredible passion here. The Hierophant and the Ten of Wands. I think, yeah, this speaks of the aftermath, right? When you're done with this change, this tornado, then you can breathe out and build defenses. I don't know if you can see, kind of looks like these defensive barricades, these fences, right? That can keep out zombies, for instance, in an apocalypse. Then you can breathe out, build defenses for whatever comes next. Maybe it sounds tough, but you gotta keep strong. Let's get some cosmic. Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is, if your passion is for a person, this person is probably a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And if it's astronomy you have started to become passionate about, then this is your thing. Look into these three. Get to know them. Communicate. Compromise, forgive, work it out. Confession. Someone has to tell you something. Pregnancy. Someone is expecting. Right. Could be quite literally you have gotten someone pregnant. They haven't told you yet. You need to start communicating in order to get this message. Although sooner or later you're more likely gonna get to know, right? Although I'm sure there are examples where that doesn't happen. All in all, we're looking at how you can level up in life, right? So someone is expecting, but it doesn't have to be a literal pregnancy. It can also be art. You know, I'm an artist myself, and I know artists all over the world say the same thing. It's like your baby, and when it releases, it's born, right? And then you lose control because it's alive. And I am an artist myself, and I know that feeling. So it doesn't have to be a literal baby, but maybe for some of you, it is an actual pregnancy. So communicate, compromise, forgive, work it out. Someone has something to tell you. Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo. So start communicating, you know. Doesn't matter if you're afraid or not. Maybe it sounds rough, but the worst thing that can happen is that the communication stops from the other side, right? Maybe that hurts, but it's not dangerous. So start communicating. Call, send some text messages, talk. Oh, with confession here, someone has something to tell you, and so if you start communicating with people that you don't do on a daily basis, or start communicating with them in another way, this confession will come through, and maybe you can learn what this pregnancy is about, which will help you level up in life. Maybe it will give you the strength you need to carry through this. Let's do the millennial cards. Microdose, unemployed, protest organizer, furlough, and the social justice warrior. You need to take a stance, I think, through it all, through all this hardship, this passion, these changes. Maybe the world isn't treating you fairly with furlough, unemployed, right? Maybe you're having fun, and maybe you're out of work or have a lack of income because of the state of the world. But especially with protest organizers and social justice warrior, you need to take a stand here for your own safety. and your own well-being. Ace of vibe with microdose. Maybe even your it can be your use of substances, right? You have to take a stance for all of these things you're going through, why you're doing the things you're doing, and how it is rough for you, right? The world isn't gonna just give you what you want here. You need to fight, take a stance. Maybe you shouldn't organize a protest literally, but you could also make sure it's peaceful. But you know, you have to take a stance here and tell the world what is actually going on here. And you can level up. And lastly, we have these essential tarot cards here. Knave of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Four of Swords. You can see here. Shush. Two of Swords. Dance. And this man is cutting off her hair. He is shushing her and then giving her corn, no, a flower. It has to do with taking revenge, I think, towards a female or feminine character. Someone in your life is portraying feminine traits, expressing feminine behaviors, which is, well, let's not get too into detail. It can be quite a heated discussion. But I'm sure you can figure it out on your own, what is masculine and what is feminine, if you keep your heart open, your mind open, and maybe read some stuff and don't judge, and you can figure it out, right? It's not all about the body, kind of, although it's quite important, you know, feminine traits are metaphysical, but they are mostly found in women, which is why it's often weird when you see a man portray feminine traits, right? And so this has to do with revenge. You need revenge on a certain feminine character in your life who's portraying these feminine traits. Maybe it's even a feminist who has convinced you their doings are for the greater good. But in your case, it has harmed you. Maybe that was the intention all the time. And so you need to take revenge on this person in order to level up. Alright, pile number 3. Thank you. Okay, that was all the pile. This was the first reading on this new channel. I hope you like it, and there's more to come. And you know, as always, leave a comment, share, subscribe. It helps, it supports more readings, you know. It helps me to get feedback on what works and what doesn't. And yeah, subscribe and you'll get to catch the next video.